Welcome to Shooting It Straight. I'm Pistol Pete here with Ricky Revolver.
Yeah, we're here. We made it. Episode 1, The Reflection.
Well, wow. What a time it is to be alive.
Mm-hmm.
We finally survived 2020.
But first, let's start by giving all the condolences that we want to give.
Yeah, we'd like to take a second and offer our condolences to anybody that, first off, had the virus, because from what I understand, it's not an enjoyable experience. Secondly, we'd like to offer our condolences to anybody that had lost a family member or a loved one that fell victim to the COVID-19. It's not a situation that I think anybody wants to be in, and I think that we all can sympathize with anybody that found themselves in that predicament. So I'd like to offer my condolences and my sympathy to anybody that found themselves in that particularly tough situation.
Yeah, so if you don't mind, I'm probably going to totally piggyback you off on that one. I do the same, condolences for anybody that was affected by it, family member, yourself. Heard it was a nasty, nasty virus going around, and I definitely didn't want any part of it. I've got asthma myself, so I kind of was on the DL. I was just taking it day to day, kind of indoors. Luckily I was still able to work, kept the job, so that I was super grateful for, and I can only imagine what it was like to lose the job in that type of crisis when you don't have your form of income coming in, but the bills are still piling up.
Well said. Well said. Now, with all that being said, we're still into 2021, so everybody still needs to stay vigilant and do everything that they can do to keep themselves safe and minimize their risk. Man, have we heard that a million times.
Yeah, just stay level-headed, just got to stay level-headed. Keep the head on your shoulders. Yeah, I watched too many YouTube videos, and that whole licking the toilet bowl when the whole COVID started, that's something else.
Now, with that being said, looking back on 2020, not just the virus, that was a wild ride. And like Ricky said before, we chatted about it a little bit. You pretty much just had to make it through on a day-to-day basis. I know for me, I particularly was fortunate enough to not lose my job, not end up with the virus. My wife did not lose her job. She didn't end up with the virus. I think that for the most part, anyone that I don't think we really even knew anybody that had contracted COVID-19. So we were pretty fortunate in that aspect. Now, as far as everything else, we were right in the middle of it, just like everyone else. I mean, you couldn't go to the grocery store.
Never thought you'd have to put on full pads to get a package of toilet paper. Talk about, whoa.
People lost their minds.
But it is good to see it come back, though.
It is good to see it come back, but where exactly did we come across the realization, or were we informed that there was a toilet paper? I never saw, the only toilet paper shortage I ever saw was because everybody lost their minds.
Yeah, see, you're lucky, because when I found out, we were on one roll. Yeah.
Well, see,
Dollar Tree, thank you.
We were on vacation in Southern California when everything broke loose. So we were in the middle of the desert for a week.
Real good cell service.
Yeah, well, actually, believe it or not, we did have cell service.
Whoa.
But I never saw anything. It wasn't until we came back to town midweek, I think, and my youngest daughter had a birthday, so we went to a pizza place. We had pizza, and cake and things like that. Well, I had seen everything on the TV. And it was loud in there. It was nothing. But you could see the president talking on the TV, all this nonsense going on. And of course, it's loud. Why would you want to turn on the subtitles so somebody could pay attention to what's going on the 65-inch TV on the wall? It doesn't make any sense at all.
No.
So we carried on our business. We drove back into the desert, spent another few days, and I didn't hear about it till I got home. As a matter of fact, when I got home, I had come down with a little bit of a sickness. This was back, well, it might not have been at the time, but this was back when you still could possibly, maybe, be normal sick. So
2018?
Yeah, no. This was early 2020. And early 2020. And so I was at work and I started to get a little sick, and I decided that I was going to go by the store just down the street from my house and pick up some, cold medicine or cough medicine or allergy, whatever it was. And I was in the store. This was before masks. This was before everything. And I was standing in the aisle and I sneezed. And I am not a jerk, so of course I sneezed into the crotch of my elbow in my sweatshirt.
Yeah, the vampire cough.
And this guy stared at me down the aisle and told me if I came close to him that he was gonna punch me. And I'm like, has this guy lost his damn mind? Like, what is going on here? So I get my things and I move about my business. I check out and I go home. Well, it wasn't until I was watching the news and I hear about the COVID-19. And I'm like, what's the COVID-19? So then I start looking into it a little and I realize that's why the guy at the store wanted to punch me. He thought I was going to give him the vid-19 and he was going to collapse right there on the floor of the store. So then they rolled out the masks and pretty much it all just went
downhill from
there. It became the day by day and fortunately enough for us that we bought toilet paper at Costco on a regular basis. So we were not on the last roll, but I don't think that I would have fancied being the individual that found out he was on his last roll in a national toilet paper. Well, I don't know. Was that global or was that just national?
That might have been the global point. Yeah, I think it might have been global. Because all I know is I was out. The wife went to go get more. Which, let's just say, I grew up in kind of the, what you would say, the countryside. So,
don't tell me you know how to get along without the TV.
Well, you just look for the north side of a tree, and you might find yourself some moss, okay? And, if you don't have any of that, if you're out hiking around, maybe camping, and per se you're excited to go out camping, and maybe you forget something. Tube socks. Don't forget tube socks.
Then you gotta throw away your tube socks and
that's
you
why
come back with socks.
That's why it's plural. And you just take the tube socks themselves. Just trust me. Just trust me.
All right.
So anyways, way off topic. I was way out in center field there. Let's bring her back in. Yeah, bring her back in field here. So yeah, we found out we were out of toilet paper. And we are also Costco shoppers. Got a couple friends that work at Costco. And
so you got the inside info.
Yeah, I texted him because by that time the wife went to the store closest to us, and no bueno, nothing.
Let's take note that while we all suffered the global shortage, that Ricky had the inside. I'm just gonna text my buddy and find out when the TP is showing up.
Yeah, I mean, if I knew...
hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
If I knew a bunch of loggers, I'd just get it straight from the source, but I don't have any of that, so... Well, you got what you deal with the hands that you're dealt, That's all you do. You can't throw them back in and get new. So, anyways, I texted him, and he said, well, good luck, because there ain't any here.
Touching.
So that's wonderful. So that's why I said thank you, Dollar Tree, because they saved me from a lot worse of scenario that I could have been in.
Dollar Tree toilet paper, I mean, you could pretty much see through that, but...
Yeah, one ply, but,
The only thing you have going for you is you weren't flushing tube socks and things like that, because I'm going to guess there was quite a few individuals out there that, let's just say, had some plumbing issues after the shortage.
Yeah, I saw a lot of videos and a lot of pictures on Instagram and Facebook of it. Looked to be wet wipes, maybe paper towels clogging the drain. They just don't quite break down like the old TP does, kind of.
Especially the Dollar Tree TP.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That whispers away in the wind. Just.
We made Costco trips throughout the time period. And I saw some pretty heated discussions. I saw people trying to check out with more than the toilet paper that they were allowed. And you always got that one lady who's going to let you know you took one too many.
Mm-hmm.
So...
I'm not sure how we got on this Costco kick, but yeah.
Well, either way, it didn't matter whether it was Costco or anywhere. I mean, you couldn't find it anywhere. I found it at the Home Depot once. Well, actually, I didn't find it at the Home Depot. Sent my mom to the Home Depot because she needed some. Yeah, actually, that's a funny story, too, now that I think about it. So I asked her, because she lives by herself, and in an apartment, and I said, hey, you might want to look into trying to find some toilet paper. And she says to me, you'll never believe what she says, Ricky. She says, I got a roll. I got a roll I'm using, and I got a roll on the shelf. I'm good. And I said, are you living under a rock? Well, what do you mean? I was like, I don't think you can find toilet paper anywhere. And she says, maybe I'll look into it after I explain the circumstances, because apparently she had missed the entire thing. So she, lo and behold, comes up short. So she asked me if I had any ideas, and of course, I said, well, I don't know. I'm looking for it myself. I'm not going to give her... Dude, this is wartime. I ain't giving up my rolls of toilet paper.
Yeah, what you giving me for that roll of toilet paper?
That's right, $20.
We're bargaining here now.
Exactly. So I said, oh, yeah, I don't know. I'm in the hunt myself. I think I'm going to check out the Home Depot. And she says, you think the Home Depot's got toilet paper? And I said, well, I mean, I imagine. It's probably extremely limited stock, but I guess they'd probably carry something like that. I mean, for the guy looking to take some to his job site or whatnot. Lo and behold, she found enough to tide her over through what seemed like a shortage. Well, it was a shortage. She found enough to tide her over at the old Home Depot, but let me tell you right now, she paid for it.
Oh, Mama Pete, I can only imagine she paid the price for that.
Oh, yeah, it wasn't cheap. So, yeah, I would say the store in 2020 was a rough deal, no matter what you were looking for. I mean,
yeah, no matter what or no matter where.
It did not matter. You could devote an entire day to driving all over the place looking for something that you needed.
Paper products.
Or paper products, canned stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I saw this guy at Fred Meyer, and he had a cart, and it was full of nothing but canned items in the back, the main part, the basket part. So full that the bottom of the cart was bowing. And he had his kid in the front seat. He's probably about your son's age. 4 or 5.
Okay.
And he had like 3 sacks of rice sitting on his lap. Like the 50-pound sacks of rice. Probably the last ones you could find in the whole store. Kid was crying because the rice is sitting on his lap, and he had a couple loaves of bread on top of the cans.
Thanks 2020, boy.
Yeah, you could not.
Gotta love that rice.
Hey, you do what you gotta do. So anyways, the store was rough. The store was a rough situation.
I want to double back real quick.
Sure, let's do that.
Just before I forget, because I wanted to say it, but I didn't want to interrupt you and throw your memory off there. Costco is like NASCAR.
Uh-huh.
I've never been to a NASCAR race, but I feel like going in Costco and pushing the cart, you're in a NASCAR loop. Because you don't really want to go inside the aisles. And sometimes you do, but you always see the people making the main loop.
You know what? NASCAR, when they're like drafting and they're like really close and you could fit like maybe a playing card between the rear bumper.
Yeah, if that. I mean,
it's like that. Only you got the guy behind you, wham, right on your heels with the cart. Mm-hmm. That's my favorite. I love that about Costco.
Well, the funny thing is, the wife never pushes the cart, but yours truly always gets to. So I'm always loving, just getting cut off. It's nice getting cut off in Costco. Then I hop in the car and I get cut off again. So it's pretty cool.
There was only one time at the Costco where I had to stand in the line outside.
Dang, you were an outside liner?
Yeah. No. I wasn't an outside liner. I showed up and there was an outside liner.
Yikes.
I thought that maybe I should leave, and my wife thought that no, we should probably just see if they have toilet paper because we're getting kind of low. And, that was fairly early. And so seeing as how we're rolling up on a year, at that time, you didn't know how long you were going to have to wait it out. So you had to start your look rather prematurely. And we were out of paper towels at that point in time, so we did need those. But man, so the store was crazy. Let's see.
What about your haircuts? Because I know right now you're looking like Adam Morrison in his prime.
My haircuts.
Just saying.
Well, let's talk about the haircuts. The haircuts, I had it had it cut just before we went on that vacation I told you about. Mm-hmm. You got to look fresh when you're looking to, cruise away from home. You don't want anyone thinking that you're looking rough. So I had it cut. By the time it grew back, we were elbows deep in a shutdown. and so I was looking for to get a haircut, and that was even more rare than finding the teepee.
Oh, I bet.
So I said, you know what? Here's the 2020. I'm going to grow that mullet that I've always talked about. So basically, I just let her ride.
I mean, you're well on your way to that mullet.
Yeah.
Well
no. That's not out of... So, along that journey, I decided I'm going to get a haircut when they open. Then it started to grow and grow and grow, and it seemed like the shutdowns and the restrictions and the grocery stores, everything just kept getting tighter. Mm-hmm. So I finally said, you know what? I'm not doing it. Here's my 2020 haircut. I'm going to grow it out, and I'm going to cut that mullet. Well, my opinion changed a little along the way, and it got a little crazy. It wasn't that long, but it grew out kind of funny, so I got it cut after they had opened back up. It was super crazy, so I got it cut, just trimmed up a little, so it was a little more evenly shaped, but I was just still going to let her go. I wasn't going to get it cut until they let us go back to normal. Then I started to see my vision of us returning to normal started to fade away. So I was just letting it grow. It ended up getting crazy again. I got another haircut, and I've decided that I've against the mullet, but I've come this far. I've never had my hair this long before that I'm gonna cut the mullet before we return.
I'm telling you. You are Adam Morrison.
I don't know if it'll last one day.
You put a Gonzaga shirt on
1 week
or a jersey, walk around downtown, and you're getting free beers and free shots because you're Adam Morrison. Oh yeah, easy. Yeah, just do a couple of squigglies. Pff, yeah, boom, dude.
That's right.
You're drinking like a king.
That's right.
And then you got, I don't know, me that would be right next to you looking like Dr. Phil.
Well, that's the other thing. So now that you bring that up, it went from the tribute to 2020 haircut, like, how much worse can it get? I'm going to let it grow out. I'm going to do that. Then it turned into my friends, such as yourself, who, let's just call it struggle to grow the hair.
Yeah, since I was about 16.
It just dogged on me like crazy. So now it's kind of like the giant middle finger. I just let it rock.
I can only imagine you with top down, just rocking some AC/DC or some Metallica and just letting the locks flow.
Yeah, I'm kind of having a rough time with it though because I never have grown my hair this long, and so like in the summertime, I just cruise my Jeep with no top on it, hair just blowing in the wind. I get out of the shower and just kind of shake it out. Let's say the first time I went to get a haircut, I was working on having dreadlocks.
Ooh.
And the lady says, "You got to brush your hair." And I said, "What's that?"
Yeah.
So I don't...
You hand me a brush, and that's like putting this computer in front of me. I'm looking at some foreign object.
So that's how the haircuts panned out. What else? We had to cancel our summer vacation. Not much. We were gonna, go to the ocean and camp near the beach.
Oh yeah,
things like that. But
yeah, that's not much.
Ooh, the restrictions on that action. And with 2 little kids, you think they're gonna follow the rules? I don't think so.
No.
So then I get kicked out.
I mean, we were kids once.
Yeah. What are rules for?
Right?
They're meant to be broken.
You dang Skippy.
So we pretty much camped in the summertime. Visited the store on the weekly basis. I like to see the fist fights over Lysol wipes and toilet paper and the last can of Nally's chili. It's always good times.
It's worth it though.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That chili, it's top. You put some Fritos on the bottom.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, my wife and I will go about this. Which that might be one thing. I'd like to get my wife on here so we can talk about this and hash out. And I'd like to get your little opinion on this. Cause I'm telling you, hold on. I'm telling you, you put the Fritos in the bottom of the bowl, right?
Yes.
Pour some chili on top of that.
Yes.
Okay, get some more Fritos. Only pour half the can of chili on those Fritos on the bottom. Pour some more Fritos on that layer of chili, and then dump the rest on. Nuke it for about minute 45, 2 minutes, and then dump some chips on top. Man, I am telling you, I didn't get this big by eating healthy.
So first off, that was your quarantine meal?
Well, oof.
I mean, was it in your top 5? I mean,
not it had to be quarantine meal. That's my lifetime meal. It's top. That's probably top. I would say top 3. I don't mean to say top 5. That's top 3.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now that I agree.
Oh, right.
Fritos in the chili. Here's another one though. This will blow your mind. What you do is you take the cornbread mix and you put it in a waffle maker.
What?
Put it in a waffle maker. Make yourself a waffle, but it's the cornbread. Put the chili on top with the cheese. It will blow your mind. Because look, let's be real here. Cornbread and chili, amazing.
Oh yeah, it's
like
Pistol Pete and Ricky Revolver.
Exactly, goes to bed together like peanut butter and jelly. But what I'm saying is, when you try to eat chili with a cornbread muffin, first of all, you look like your kid. Your place is filthy. You put that in the bottom of a bowl or in a plate in waffle form, and you just eat it like a stack of pancakes.
Yeah, see, that's it.
Amazing.
I never thought of a waffle. See, we always do. Yeah, I love cornbread. I mean, cornbread, pour some butter. Ooh, give me some cornbread. I'll eat that whole tray.
Try it in the waffle maker.
See, that's a good... I want to go home and make it tonight.
So I'll tell you right now.
Because I just break my cornbread up in 4s.
Exactly.
Put it in that way.
No.
Can't do a full thing of cornbread.
Waffle. It's a game changer. I don't think we've made cornbread muffins since it ended up in the waffle maker. And you know what? Before I forget, we will get the wives on here. Because there's
double back.
Well, I had to before I forget.
Yes,
I'm glad you brought it.
Thank you.
As the time goes on and we get a little more comfortable doing this, you're listening to our podcast at your job and you're thinking, who are these clowns? And they mentioned
who would want to marry these
clowns. They mentioned
clowns?
They were married. Who could live with these 2 individuals? So, as we get moving along and as we get comfortable with it, I say we bring them on here. Because as anybody who's married knows, and especially since we're talking about 2020, you've been cooped up and quarantined in your house. Like I said, we still go to work, but you don't really do anything on the weekends anymore. Mm-hmm. So you do it all the time. Anybody can relate. Anybody listening to us, us included, things have come up and things have got heated. And I'm going to guess that the majority of them still never got solved. So we'll get them on here to hash out.
I want to come up. Yeah, I want to come up with a segment just for them. I like that.
And we'll bring them down here, and like I said, I'll tell you what kind of differences or discrepancy we came up with, and you can determine who was right.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
Or something of that nature. I mean, what could possibly go wrong there?
Yeah.
And then we'll do the same. And it'll always be entertaining.
Always. I like it. I like the double back.
Yeah, we're going to do that for sure. I think
Let me notch it down.
So, back to how we made it through. Then we hit, I think it was pretty much like you said in the beginning, a day by day.
Yep.
You never knew what kind of new restriction was coming. You never knew. It was like, well, we had this plan. Should we do that? Well, I don't know. Are they going to be open? Are we going to be allowed to? Are we going to... I mean, because realistically, the masks, not a huge fan. I mean, I'll wear them if I have to go into a store. I'll wear them if I'm around somebody. I'll wear them in their house if they want me to wear them. You just don't feel like you're really living. So I would say we canceled most of the plans that we had planned. That's kind of how it affected us. So really, we just went to work and we just came home. I can tell you this, though. There has never been a point in time where more things have got done at your house.
Oh.
For two reasons. For one, you were bored out of your mind. And for two, there was absolutely no way that you could justify to your wife, who's been bugging you for who knows how long, to hang up that picture or get rid of this couch or move this couch. And all these times you say, I'm busy, I can't. I got too much to do. I got to go to work. We have to do this. Well, you know what you had to do during 2020? Nothing. So all that stuff got done. There were no more justifications for putting anything off.
Nope. Facts.
So, I would say for the most part overall, it wasn't too bad. It was manageable. I think the things that I myself, Pistol Pete, struggled with were the unknowns. Like what's going to happen tomorrow. What's going to get taken away tomorrow. But you just got to keep a positive outlook. Make the best decisions that you can. Don't do anything really, I guess, that's unnecessary.
Mm-hmm.
Keep your risk low. I'll tell you one thing that I will miss when we go back to normal. And I hope that that this was an eye-opener, that this whole situation was an eye-opener for everybody. And the one thing I will miss if it fades away with the rest of the restrictions when we go back to normal is the 6-foot distance in the store. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm a huge fan of personal space. There are some people that are not.
We're 6 feet away also, by the way.
Yeah, exactly.
Just so people know.
Yep. Social distancing.
Yep.
But there are some people that you're not.
No.
That are not. Some people that you know, some people that you like. There are people that you've never seen one time before in your entire life standing in line behind you at the store, and you can feel their breath on the back of your neck while they try to crawl right up next to you while the cashier's trying to check you out. I always stop and say, I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was in your way. And they just don't get the hint. So, for me, when we go back to normal and we lift the restrictions, I hope that people learned what can possibly happen to you when you encroach on somebody else's personal space. And I hope that all the stores that took the time to put the 6-foot stickers and put the arrows up and down the aisle, because that's another thing that was really handy. when they put the arrows in the aisle. It's like a freeway.
Yeah, someone should give me an update on that, though, because like I said, I'm from the country, there's an aisle, you just walk down that bad bugger, you don't worry about what way you're going up and down. If you see somebody in the middle, you give them a little tap of the old hat, and say,
it's still like
how you doing?
Folks in the country, they still wave to each other when they drive by, but they're driving on the right side of the road.
Exactly, yep. We're not looking to have any head-on collisions in the old grocery store, because then you're going to have yourself a manager talk, and thought 2020 was bad.
Yeah, so I think that I'm a huge fan of the distance, and I hope that they keep that practice in play.
Definitely, I'm not opposed to that.
Perfect.
I like it.
I'd say we rounded out the year pretty strong. The holidays were different. That's
holidays were definitely different. Yeah, the boy's birthday was just after Christmas, so we did a little drive-by birthday party for him. So it was something new. He got a piñata though, so he got to beat the daylights out of a piñata.
Whack the crap out of a piñata by himself? Because that'd be sweet.
Well,
do you remember when you were a kid and someone had a piñata?
I mean, would I be a liar if I said I didn't smack the piñata a couple times? Yeah,
you didn't bust the piñata open on your kid's birthday.
I didn't bust the piñata. I let him get all the candy and stuff, but I mean, I had all the hard candy. Let's be real, because I don't want him to choke on it first.
Well, yeah, you have to have the good ones too, because you have to convince him that you got to make sure they're safe.
Well, right. It's like I better try all 10 of these to make sure that these are good.
They're good.
Like that, there's only 10.
I don't want you getting any bad candy. Mm-hmm. And what if you tried the one that wasn't bad? So it's the best if you just try them all.
Yeah, it's like I'm doing it for you, son. Exactly. I'm sacrificing my body for you.
Exactly.
So he'll thank me in the long run. He may hate me when I ate all of his candy, but he'll thank me in the long run.
He will. Other than that, I think like Thanksgiving, there was just the 4 of us that live in this house. I think on Christmas, we included my mom and on one occasion, and then had my wife's parents on the next day, but that was the only thing, and we were at a strict social distancing policy, so there was no worry of any virus transmission. But I would say the holidays were tough this year as we look back on 2020. I can tell you that it was kind of fun Christmas shopping. We actually did something different that we never do. I'm a huge fan of being able to go to the store and physically touch whatever it is that I'm trying to purchase.
All right.
And I want to take it home. And I'll order stuff online if you can't find it in the store, or,
rightfully so.
Place that something I know I'm ordering and I know what I'm going to get and stuff like that. But I'm a huge fan of the store. So we've always done that. So this year there were stores open. The lines were long. It was like Black Friday every day. So we ordered a lot. I would say the majority. We ran a place here or there to get one item that you either couldn't or something that we thought of. But the majority of it came online. The other reason I'm a huge fan of going to the actual stores, because stores don't stay around if you're not in there buying their product. Mm-hmm. And if you want to go down to a store, the store has to be open, which means they have to be profitable. So if you're buying all your things online, you're going to run them out of business.
There goes your storefront.
So, but this year was a little different because I didn't want to wait in line at all the stores. So it actually was kind of cool. Every single day something was arriving at the house. So that was kind of fun for everybody, even though you were constantly arguing with each other over who was allowed to move the box off the thing, because that's how you slip in all the special stuff that you want to buy too, though, just so you know. That is a tip for the listeners right there. What you do is, when you want to order that stuff that your wife told you that you couldn't buy or shouldn't buy, you sneak it in at Christmas time or around like her birthday or stuff, and you order it. And then you just say, now if anything comes to the doorstep via the UPS man, just remember it's Christmas time. Don't be opening it. If it's got my name on it, you don't open it. You don't want to ruin Christmas.
No. Who wants to do that?
And then, bam. She never even knows about it.
Yeah, opening someone else's mail. That's a felony.
Exactly. But you got to bring that up.
Yeah, you guys probably have the same name though, so I guess it doesn't.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
but she's not.
It
doesn't say
Pete. Yeah, I was gonna say it doesn't say Pistol Pete.
Her name's not Pete.
That's right. It says Pistol Pete.
Yeah, it doesn't say Margaret. It doesn't say Margaret on it.
It
says Pete.
That's right.
No Margaret.
Exactly.
Margaret, keep your digits off Pete's mail.
When Christmas comes, Margaret lost track of how many packages actually showed up. So all she knew was this Christmas time. She didn't want to ruin it. And look at that. Where'd you get that? I've had that forever. Anyways, so
you
that's
bought that for me for Christmas.
So that's your tip. That is your how-to for the day. All right.
I like it.
So, I think that pretty much brings
kind of almost a little wrap.
The wrap on 2020, really. I would say just remember to let's everybody just take a step back.
Yep.
Take a couple of deep breaths. Because it ain't over yet.
Nah.
We just drifted over into 2021. I think there's some light at the end of the tunnel, but...
Yeah, it ain't over until I smoke a cigar, and I don't smoke cigars.
That's right. We ain't there yet. So, we just got to keep on keeping on. Keep it day by day until it's all over and we allowed to go back to normal, and
that's right.
And we'll get back on with it.
We're gonna get on this social media, Facebook and Instagram, and we'll try to get that up and running, and you guys can get a hold of us.
Yeah, as we said in our intro episode, we want to bring our audience this podcast more from a natural and organic level. So we have normal jobs Monday through Friday, and we really are not tech geniuses. I know that Pistol Pete is not.
If it goes over your head, it's going way over my head.
So Ricky Revolver says that's a no for him as well.
Yeah, I can clean you a fish real quick, but when it comes to, I can turn the power button. I know, I found the power button. It's pretty cool.
That's solid.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Got to hold it too, turn it off.
So I would say that it would have been a lot easier to do this if we had somebody that set up all of our things for us and told us just to sit down and chat. We've taken a longer road to get here, and we're working on the social media, the Facebook and the Instagram, so that the audience has a way to interact with us, send us messages, drop us DMs, so they can ask us questions, say, hey, I remember when you guys were talking about that, and I just wanted to tell you this, that, or the other. I mean, we are always open.
Always.
But we got to get there, and we're getting there a little bit slower than the rest.
Yep. We're the tortoise and the hare race. The hare's over there goofing off, playing with other hares or whatever. Tortoise, we're slow and steady. We're on a mission. We're going to get there.
But like we said, we wanted to bring you this more from like a normal level. We're not rich. We're not therapists. We're not comedians. We're not how-tos. We're not stock traders. We're not trying to teach you anything. We just want to shoot it to you straight from a normal, everyday level.
Yep, that's right.
So, I'm Pistol Pete.
I'm Ricky Revolver.
And we want to thank you for listening to Shooting It Straight.
See you guys.